Hello and welcome to today's episode of Founders Academy's workshop, where we're going to talk about how to construct a winning company profile, for what to-dos, for what not to-dos, how to add in strategy, how to add massive amounts of heart in it, and a whole lot of other things. Those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Christél Rosslee-Venter, and I've been creating, fixing and sharing business stories since around about 1993. I've been involved with a lot of presentations. I've done a zillion amounts of company profiles for clients, mostly on an entrepreneurial basis, and a whole lot of other things. But something that I am passionate about is believing that our entrepreneurs can change the world, and specifically sustainable entrepreneurship. So if you want to know more about it, please give me a tinkle. I'd love to talk to you about our plans, our vision, our focus. And just before we start, a quick ad break for Founders Business Society, who is the inspiration for today's event. I think one of the things I'm passionate about is the fact that we believe that every entrepreneur has the power to change the world for good. We believe in the positive impact that business can have on the environment, on society, and on ourselves. We do not believe in the here today, gone tomorrow, and that's okay attitude. We do believe in a business world free from politics, culture, race, or prior credentials. And yes, we do need your support. So please hop over to our website, www.founders.co.za. We really, really need your support. But back to why we are here today, how to construct a winning company profile. Some people say that the purpose of company profile is to be a curriculum vitae of your company. But based on how poorly most people construct their company or their curriculum vitae, I strongly suggest that you use that strategy. Essentially, a company profile is there to introduce your company. It's not to give all the information, it's just an introduction. Share your heart. Share why you do what you do. Before the how you do it and the what you do it. People buy why you do something. People buy your heart. And especially if they have to choose between different competitors or different options, they choose based on why. One of the major benefits that I see of a company profile is that it's ultra quick. If you know your story, you can get a company profile, professional company profile out in an afternoon. And to get that message out, whether you've started a brand new company or it's a new project that you want to share with your market, it can be done really quickly. And yes, I do believe that traditional still works. People tend to think that everything has to be digital nowadays, and you have to do websites and Facebook pages and all sorts of digital marketing. And I don't discard that. Please don't get me wrong. But the traditional marketing communication elements still work. Don't chuck them out of a window. I also believe that if you do it properly and you go to the right people, and especially if you do it yourself, it could be super cost effective. Again, people try to first think of, oh, I have to have a website, I have to have a Facebook page. And in most cases, the result is really, really bad, especially if they choose a web developer based on price, especially if they choose a web developer to do their website. But that's a topic for a whole nother day. And you can share it anywhere. With all the amazing mobile tools that we have nowadays, specifically WhatsApp and the docs that you can share through WhatsApp, you can share your company profile while you are speaking to somebody, and you can literally take it anywhere. So how not this? I think one of the big issues that I've seen over so many years is that there's no strategic plan in place. People just start a company profile, slap a couple of pages together, but it doesn't fit in with your marketing plan. In most cases, they forget about their corporate identity. And yes, they sometimes don't have a corporate identity to start off with. But stick to your corporate identity. Too much detail. I think it's probably in most cases when we do marketing and marketing communication specifically, we add too much detail. We're so scared to leave something out. But the more detail there is, the more it's going to confuse your target market. Please stick to really limited amounts of detail. Much great, but I've seen that so many times, especially if you give it to your secretary to do. She's got all these nice tools. Yeah, again, a topic for a whole nother day. Skip the creativity, stick to the basics, stick to your corporate identity, stick to the plan. And in a lot of cases, there's no proper structure and not a call to action. CTA stands for call to action. It's like having a chat to a boy that you like or a girl that you like, and never get to the point when you ask them out. If you don't ask them out, you're never going to go to the next step. And the same works in marketing, communication, sales, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget the call to action. A strategic fit. Pick your strategic marketing plan. You should have one. If you don't have one, we can help you, or we can show you how to create your marketing plan. But every single company, no matter how big or small, should have a strategic marketing plan to keep on referring back to the target markets, the objectives, etc., etc., etc. And it doesn't have to be a lengthy document, but the basics has to be there. Identity. Stick to your corporate colors. Stick to the corporate theme of the images that you are using. Don't chuck in all sorts of things that doesn't fit together. And if you don't have a corporate identity, again, we can help you, or we can show you how to put it together. But at least you have to have standard colors where you've got the codes of your colors, so that every time you use a color, it's exactly the same. If you use pictures, use the same theme, the same storyline, the same heart over and over. And if that doesn't work properly, fix the corporate identity, fix the marketing plan, but make sure that whatever you do needs to fit in with a plan, with a corporate identity. And then the element that needs to be in your company profile, you need to start with the why. It has to come through over and over again before you talk about the what and the how. Yes, you're not going to chuck the what and the how out, but the why is so important. And if you haven't read up on Simon Sinek's Golden Circles theory yet, I strongly suggest that you do that. We have spoken about it in the past, and we will probably speak about it again. But it's so important. People buy why you do what you do. They don't buy what you do and how you do it. And yes, again, we can go on and talk about this topic for an entire day, but I'd strongly suggest go and check out Simon Sinek's Golden Circles theory. AIDA. If there's anything that you want to tattoo AIDA. This AIDA structure should be pretty much for every single marketing communication element that you do, whether it's a print advert, a website, or anything, and especially your company profile. You need to start with what's going to pull in the attention. Then you need to create interest. Then you need to work on that desire. Then you need to get the action in place, because you can do all this hard work and not get to the action part. Remember the boy and the girl that you're interested in? If you don't ask them out, you sort of lost all the opportunities. So with attention, I think the most important part is your cover page. It has to grab the attention. If that company profile is lying on top of somebody's desk, it has to pull them in. It has to create that feeling of, oh, that looks interesting. I really want to flip through it or go through it. But it has to pull in, grab your attention. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. And then it needs to create interest. In the instance that we have here for Adventure Business Coaching and Contents Company Profile, we've got a brand health check where people can go through a couple of questions, because normally people think, my marketing is really good. I don't need any assistance. But if you go through all these questions, I can guarantee you that there's going to be one or two that you think, maybe I do need some help. And that's what we're trying to do with interest, to get that interest. Because remember, people are extremely busy. They don't have a lot of time. And if something's not going to pull their attention and then grab their interest, they're going to stop looking through your company profile. So, and you have to get them to agree that even if it's not loud and verbal, it's a better word, verbal, even if only in their mind they agree that, maybe I do need their help, then you have moved along the process so much further. So remember that. And then the rest of your company profile is all about creating that desire of why you want to learn more. And in the end, action. Where can they get hold of you? What's your contact details? Make sure they have it. Because if they don't have it, then the entire process was a waste of time. So, yeah, and there's many ways of doing it. Yes, when you send somebody a company profile, of course you're going to phone them at least tomorrow to follow up that they get the company profile. And you're going to follow up the next day and the next week, etc., until they agree to see you. But in the meantime, they have to have your contact details. And then, very importantly, I do believe, and we've talked about the fact that people are busy. They don't have a lot of time. When they flip through your company profile, they have to get the message really, really quickly. And then feel like, okay, I want to learn more. So, and that means not a lot of detail, a lot of graphics, etc., but we're going to get through that in a moment. See? I said we're going to get to that. Stick pics. Skip the massive amounts of essays. People tend to write way too much. But if you feel you have to write a lot of words, make sure that it's followed up with graphics. If you look at this graphic on the screen, you almost don't need any explanation. Anyone that's in the business world can immediately see what's happening, what's the storyline. And that's what you're trying to create with your graphics. And yes, it's not always that simple. But then again, there is people like Adventure Business Coaching and Content that could help you. Or like what we do in Founders is we help our members through group coaching and group training to get to do these things on their own and start thinking in terms of pictures. Remember what people remember, what you remember as an individual. It's not the massive amounts of text. It's those graphics, those pictures. That's the ones that gets engraved into our memories. So don't forget. And yes, remember your why. Keep on checking back into why you are doing this, why you are in business, why you are in the company that you are. Why you're not sitting at the beach or in the bush or wherever else you could have been. Remember your why and keep on checking back to it, because you do forget your why. Promise me, I know. The slide, I think, needs no explanation. Keep it simple, stupid. We tend to overcomplicate so many things. Keep it simple as possible. And if you in doubt whether it's maybe too much info or you need to cut back, I do suggest rather cut back. And you need to keep intrigued. Back to the whole idea of the girl that you're trying to impress. You need them to come back for more. Over and over and over again. If you put in too much information, if there's nothing that they want to know further, they won't come back. You won't have that intrigue. So make sure that you keep the intrigue. Don't give them everything at once. In summary, ignore the rules that you used to. Just enough in, not too much. Keep the intrigue. Stick to your corporate identity. And if you don't have a corporate identity, we can help you. It doesn't have to be a massive, big document. It could be 3 or 4 pages max, but it's so important to have a corporate identity. Keep your strategy. And again, if you don't have a marketing strategy, we can help you. Remember that why. People buy why you do what you do. They buy your heart. No matter what company you are in, whether it's an engineering company or an accounting firm, people buy the why, the heart, not the what you do and how you do it. So, are you ready to get your company profile together? If you have comments, please send us comments. We'd love to hear your comments. Questions, please. Again, we'd love to answer your questions. And that's what we're here for, to help people improve their marketing communication, and specifically today, their company profiles. So thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe our channel and all our platforms. We need your support. If we don't have your support, we cannot continue with our service to our entrepreneurs. So keep well.